Hey guys, how's it going? Heather Lynn from Holy Fit here. How's your day going? Hope it's going well. We got some hot weather here today. Temperature is going up. It's so nice here. I love it. Love the heat. So far, Monday's been all right for me. Got a couple of classes taught, got my workout done, got another class coming up this evening, got some work done. So fairly productive, so not too bad. So I thought I'd get on here real quick while I have some time and talk about why your fitness routine might not be working for you. And there is nothing more frustrating than working your ass off at the gym and not getting results. And there's some simple ways that you can fix that if that's the case for you. So I thought I'd go over that because a lot of these mistakes are fairly common if you don't know better. So I'm going to help you out with that because that's what I do. So one reason why your fitness routine might not be working is you might not have a clear plan. So if you want results, you need a clear plan as to what you're going to be doing when you go to the gym. You can't just show up at the gym and hop on a few pieces of equipment just kind of randomly and expect to get results. And I used to do that when I first started working out at the gym. I would just go to the gym and look at what piece of equipment appealed to me, get on it, do some stuff, move on to the next one, but I had no real plan. So you need to figure out what your goals are and then figure out which exercises are going to get you to those goals and what kind of intensity you need to be working at, because your goal could be to put on muscle. So you're going to work differently than if your goal is to get super lean. So you've got you got to figure out exactly what your goal is and then plan for that. And if you're not sure how to plan for that, you can talk to somebody who is an expert such as myself, or you can hire a trainer at the gym and just find out what your plan should be. So the next mistake that people make is not enough intensity in their workout. So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this can be tough because we feel discomfort and our first reaction is usually, oh, I want to back off so that I can feel comfortable again. That's just kind of a normal human thing. It's also very common in people that are new to exercise because they're afraid of injuring themselves. And it's true, you got to be cautious. You got to be careful that you don't injure yourself, but you do have to push yourself to a point where you are getting uncomfortable. So you need to learn the difference between good pain and bad pain. So good pain is the burning muscles, the breathlessness, that kind of stuff. Bad pain would be sharp pain in your joints or feeling dizzy or nauseous. Those are all bad things. So you need to get yourself to a point where your muscles are burning, you feel like you want to take a break, but you can push through it, or getting to that point during your cardio where you're feeling really breathless for a short period and then you recover from that, and taking yourself in and out of those intervals. So you got to move, you got to sweat. I've had a couple of friends in the past, and they've told me that when they start to sweat, they back off because they don't want to get all sweaty and gross. It's like, well, you're working out. You're supposed to get sweaty. Take a shower afterwards, you know. You need to sweat. So it's a good thing. So if you're trying to put on muscle, a good rule of thumb is to lift enough weight to fatigue you or take you to muscle failure within 6 to 8 reps. And by muscle failure, that can either be the inability to lift that weight one more time, or your last rep is like super slow because you're having a hard time moving that weight. Do be careful with certain exercises. Don't get yourself in a situation where you can drop a weight on yourself. So if you're doing a bench press and you want to go to failure, make sure you have a spotter. You don't want to be dropping that bar on your chest. So just, be smart that way. If you don't have a spotter, then go for enough reps so you get to the point where your last rep is just like really quite slow getting through that final rep. Third mistake that people make, getting distracted at the gym. And it's so easy to get distracted now with our smartphones. We've got everything at our fingertips. We can check our email, we can text people, we can answer the phone, all sorts of things you can do on your phone. A lot of gyms have rules that say no cell phone in the gym. And this is because they don't want people distracted, because distraction, not only is it going to keep you from getting the results you could get, but it could also end up injuring you, because if you're distracted and you're not paying attention, you could end up getting injured. So if you have your music on your phone or you've got your workout plan on your phone, you're using your phone, Make your workout time a time where you have it on airplane mode, turn the Wi-Fi off, make that your time. That's your special time of the day to just focus on you, get your workout done, enjoy every bit of it, and not even worry about anything else that's going on in your world. For me, my workouts are usually a little mini vacation from anything that's really stressing me out. My workout is my workout time. I focus completely on that, and it's just a nice break from the day, and then I can get back to my day afterwards and feel really good. So make it that way for yourself. Don't get distracted. Another mistake, staying with the familiar. So it's easy to let yourself get into the habit of doing the same workout every time you go to the gym, because after a while you get more comfortable with it, and then you're just kind of in this routine, just kind of going through the moves. And it's a comfortable place to be, but it's not doing you any good. You're not getting results anymore. So you need to get your plan and then work your plan for anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, and then you need to change things up. So this doesn't mean that you need to be changing everything single day. You do want to stick with the same plan for a few weeks, because it takes a couple of weeks for your body to really learn the movement patterns and gain some strength. And then for the next 2 to 4 weeks on that program, you're able to push the intensity a little more by going with heavier weights. So, have a plan to stick with it 4 to 8 weeks, and then you can change around. Also being conscious of changing some things up. It doesn't have to be like a complete overhaul of the program. A way of changing things up could be just changing, the order of things. Like if you're doing a workout where you're doing chest and back, and you're doing all of your chest exercises and then do all of your back exercises. Well, maybe when it's time to switch things up, you turn that into a superset workout. So you do one exercise for chest, one for back. You do 3 sets of those back to back with no rest, and then you move on to the next set of exercise. So it doesn't have to be like a big, huge, giant change. Just something has to change. And that could even be increasing the weight or playing around with the tempo. So lifting and lowering the weights more slowly, more focused. So there's all sorts of ways of changing things up. And again, if you're not sure what to do, talk to somebody who's a trainer and they can help you out. Or Google it. You can Google anything these days. Another mistake, not getting any rest. So a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their brain around this, but the magic happens when you're resting, not while you're doing the work. So what happens is when you work out, you stress your body, you cause little micro tears in the muscle, and then in order to get stronger, your body needs to repair those micro tears. And your body can only do that when it's at rest. So if you're going all out 7 days a week and you're not getting results, it's because all you're doing is you're tearing your body down, you're stressing your body out day after day after day, and that is going to result in no results. You're going to get injured, you're going to get sick, you're not going to see the results that you want. So you need to have those rest days between your workouts. You could have like workout one day, have a day off, workout the next day, or do strength training on Monday, cardio on Tuesday, strength training on Wednesday, cardio on Thursday, something like that. But you need that time off. Or you could do, like right now, the program that I do 5 days a week of strength training, but they're all for different muscle groups. So I work one muscle group on Monday, and then that muscle group doesn't get worked again until the following Monday. So I'm resting that particular muscle group while I'm working other muscle groups. So you need to get that rest, and you need to get really good sleep too. When you are sleeping, when you get into those deep stages of sleep, that's when your body releases human growth hormone, which is responsible for making you stronger and also for burning fat. So you need to get enough quality sleep so that you are getting the proper kind of recovery between your workouts, and you're going to get results, and you're not going to end up injuring yourself or getting sick all the time. So got to get that rest. And also another tip on getting a good night's sleep is make your bedroom a no device zone. So you want your bedroom to be dark and cool. You don't want to have your smartphone in there, no TV in there, no iPad, no nothing. It's a place where you go to sleep. And even if you have your alarm clock, if it's one of those alarm clocks that the display is lit up, get a little towel or something to throw over top of it to block that light, because that will disrupt your sleep. So make sure you've got a good bedroom situation going on so you're getting the proper rest. And then finally, and this is probably the biggest mistake that we all make or have made is poor nutrition. So not dialing in your nutrition is going to be a huge factor in whether or not you're getting results. Because if you're not practicing proper nutrition, either you're not eating enough, then your body's not going to have the fuel that it needs to repair itself. It's not going to have the fuel that it needs to have a good, strong, energetic workout. Or if you're eating too much and you're not burning off those calories, then you're going to be storing them as fat. Or if you're eating crap, if you're eating processed foods, if you're eating sugar. Some people use working out as an excuse to be able to eat whatever they want. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So you got to be really careful with your nutrition, or that will definitely end up sabotaging your results. So my thinking on nutrition is that you need to get your macros right. I mean, calories, yes, important in that you're not eating a ton of calories and storing a ton of calories, but I really feel it's more important to have the proper balance of macros, which can be quite different from person to person and depending on your goals as well. So my macronutrient ratios change throughout my program depending on what I'm doing. So when I'm bulking, I actually have a lot more carbs than when I'm leaning out. So it's all in the ratios. And if you're not sure what macronutrients are, that's just protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So how much you're having of each. A good rule of thumb for most people, hey Frank, how's it going? A good rule of thumb for your macros would be like 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat. That's usually a good place for people to start. See how your body kind of reacts to that, what kind of results you get with that, and then you can play with it a little bit from there. So if you're noticing like your energy is low, maybe you need a little more carbohydrate, or if you're noticing you're putting weight on, maybe you need to cut the carbohydrates a little bit. So you do need to play with it a little bit depending on your body type and what your goals are. Really good to talk to somebody who is knowledgeable about nutrition to get this right, because it can be a really frustrating road if you're trying to figure it out yourself and you're not really sure what you're doing. It probably took me about 2 years to really get my nutrition right, because I was learning as I went and I was experimenting on myself. I've been finding it really interesting since I started doing competitions, how important the nutrition is for the different phases of my training. So I've learned a lot. The app that I use, in case you're looking for a good app to keep track of your macros, is the one that I use is MyFitnessPal. Love it. It saves me so much time. It's got this really neat feature on it where it can take a picture of a barcode. So if you pick up your meat from Costco or whatever, you just take a picture of the barcode and it'll throw all of the information into the app. So you can add that to your daily list of foods and everything's calculated for you. And then you just make everything fit into your macros. So really great thing to use. I highly recommend it. I don't make money off of it. I'm not affiliated with them in any way at all. It's just something that I use and I love, and I think a lot of people would benefit from using it. So that's it. Those are really the mistakes that I see a lot of. If you have any other things that you're maybe thinking you're doing wrong and I didn't mention them, feel free to comment or send me a message and ask me anything you want. If you are struggling with any things that I did mention and you want more information on that, please feel free to reach out and message me. You can leave a comment here or private message me. I'm always happy to help you guys out. This is what I do for a living. I love doing it. I get so much from helping people out. It just makes me feel awesome. And that's why I'm in this field. So don't be shy to ask me questions. All right. So I got to go and get some stuff done before I have to teach my last class of the day. So have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you again soon.